G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. How are we all doing on this little bit freezy evening? It's not that cold, it's a bit cold on the legs, but it's not that bad. But man, it's been a nice and sunny day today. Apparently it rained this morning, but not when I was awake. You know, it's been a real hard day at work today, boys and girls. I had one whole client and then I came home. Oh, how do I cope? Excuse me, bike, please get neutral. That's not a very confidence-inspiring neutral, but that's alright, we're barely saying it. But yeah, we're getting out for a little bit of a ride in the evening because, well, I feel like it and I must. I didn't feel like doing a garage video yet. It's not raining. And if it's not raining, I'm riding usually. Most of the time. Doesn't mean I won't ever do other types of videos in the sunshine, but my visor is very dirty and I wiped it last time I put it away. What the hell's going on here? I wouldn't mind a sponsorship from Ruroc, ladies and gents. Get me one of them new EOX helmets to do a review on, because this one, she's a little bit à la poubelle, you know what I mean? Time to get rid of her. Little scratched, a little damage. But I do have a topic today, kids, and that is talking about one of the worst kind of motorcycle people. And if you don't know who I'm talking about Specsheet warriors, the worst kind of bikers, man. And, you know, they're around. They're not as common as some of the other ones, but in the learner bike specifically, oh my lord, they are everywhere. I don't want to buy that bike, it's slow. I want to buy this one because it makes the most horsepower out of all of the learner bikes. And you're like, brother, you're arguing between 56 and 50, well, not even. It's like sometimes it's like 47 and 48 horsepower. You go, it's just not worth it, man. What are you doing complaining about such arbitrary things when you could be like aiming for something more comfortable or more suited for your riding style, something more exciting. Sometimes the bikes that don't make the most power are the more exciting bikes to ride. And in fact, it's like the ZX14, I believe, is on paper more powerful than the Hayabusa, okay? Now, whilst they're not impossible to see out in the wild, how many do you see of them in the wild compared to the Busas? You see Busas all the goddamn time, whereas you barely ever see a ZX14 in comparison to a Busa, man. So it's like, sure, they're better on paper according to some of the statistics, but why on God's green earth would you ever not buy a Busa, baby, over a ZX14? And this goes for a lot of things, man. It's like people who refuse to buy cruisers because you're spending all that money for a bike that isn't particularly fast, and you go, well, you're not buying it for that reason, you're missing the point, man. And then they go, shut up, you don't understand, my bike's fast, dog. I bought an R7 because it's fast as fuck. And you're like, whatever makes you happy, Gregory, whatever makes you feel good. Because these people in the learner category really do be clutching at straws to try and get anything that's remotely faster than an R3, I suppose. I don't get it, dude. I don't get it. And I'll tell you what, it is annoying seeing these kind of bikers at events, because they're bragging about their slower machines. Oh, come on, Corolla, you could have gone 1,000 times by then. And you're like, well, I get that. I do. This truck came flying down the hill compared to the other ones. I do not trust him for the slightest little bit. But dude, seeing these Specsheet warriors makes me realise a lot of people who get into motorcycles completely drop the ball on the point. They completely miss it. You don't get into motorcycles because of the amazing power that the best of the best of the best bikes can do. Yes, it's fun. I understand that, don't get me wrong. I love the big powerful bikes as much as the next person, but that isn't the reason we ride bikes, just for the high power ones. Sure, if you got a lot of money, you might be, but that's not the only point of bikers, man. You shouldn't be just picking the biggest number on paper and be like, yep, that's it for me, I'm done. Because if that's the case, well, then go buy a Hayabusa and turbocharger, because then nothing will touch you ever again on the road. Oh, we got a no license plate Ford up ahead. Might be stolen, might be not, who knows. My bloody mustache keeps curling into my mouth, it's very annoying. I think it's that time to trim it again. I don't know if you guys have this problem. When you have a little bit longer length in your mustache, the edges, they curl and they sort of hit you in the mouth. Very annoying. Oh well, it is what it is. We boogie on to the next zone. But I'm just saying, there's a great number of people who just pick up motorcycling because they want the big numbers, and they completely miss the point, and they completely miss out on so many bikes because of the fact they're so anal about the big numbers. Now, I'd say it's probably more common in America where people don't buy the smaller engine bikes as much because they don't have to, alright, because they can just go straight into big bikes immediately with no license requirements or repercussions, except for the great injury upon crashing. A crash with a biker who buys a big bike as their first motorcycle is as inevitable as it is for me to stutter in my video. Whew! I'm not going to keep all of those attempts in there because that's just embarrassing, but I swear to Christ, I think I took about 4 attempts to say that properly. Even I took a little bit of a break because that's just how impossible it was to get out of my mouth. Oh my Lord. I could not speak English for the life of me. Ooh, boy. I tell you what though, it's a shame because in places like America where people can't start on bigger bikes all the time, they do tend to miss out on some of the fun little bikes because they can just skip straight to the other ones. Now look, those who are responsible will start on smaller bikes and they might even fall in love with small bikes and then even upgrade to mid-sized bikes, man. You go, well, how do you do? Because I'm telling you, ladies and gents, there is absolutely 0% reason to upgrade to a large motorcycle. Now when it comes to cruisers, it's a little bit different because the big engines don't typically go ridiculously fast. They just get nice and torquey, which makes the cruising fine, okay? I get that. But in terms of like the high performance sport engines, there is no need for a large, you know, super naked, super sport class. If your motorcycle hits like 160, or what would that be, like 90, 80 miles in first gear, there is simply no reason to have a bike of that speed, of capability. There is no conceivable location that will require you to use all of those horses. Now, on the counter argument, bike go fast, brain go happy. Does that mean I think you should never buy yourself a leader bike? No! I think you should buy yourself one, absolutely. Don't think I'm a Nancy just because I think they're unnecessary. Many things on the road are unnecessary. Doesn't mean they're not cool. I can tell you right now how many vehicles on this road right now are unnecessary. People movers like this thing here, I think are the world's most unnecessary vehicles. That's the right white car. I did see that gesture of goodness and I shall thank you kindly for it. What a champion. He put his mirror down for me, although the lights changed, but it's not about that, it's about the thought that counts. So I'm pretty chuffed about that. And now we're just moving on about, man, cruising and bruising, enjoying ourselves. It's been a bit like that lately. I had a good nap this afternoon. Still yawning, but it's one of those few days where I'm not tired when I'm on the bike. Now I'm like a perpetually tired man because I'm always running on empty when it comes to like my 8 hours of sleep. But today I feel okay. I still can't speak English. That's a problem. But you know what? What am I? A guy who spends half his free time speaking into a microphone on a video clip in English for the people of the internet to understand? Nah, don't be stupid, mate. That's a preposterous thing to say. I haven't been in my TAFE in yonks, mate. I used to come here all the damn time. That was where I learned how to do my massage stuff. In fact, I'm going to go down this here little street, because I've always mean to go down this little like way, because I know this place down here, my mate got robbed at knife point or something, so that was exciting stuff. But I've never actually been down this here little avenue. It's certainly got the new house curse of the French provincials popping up. Not as many, but they are starting. I don't know what I expected coming down this way. All I know is I can't really say I've been down here much. Wait a minute, I know where I am. We usually pick up my mate Guy from this area. Okay, look more. There's one. There's two. Ugh, disgusting looking things. Back to roasting people's houses with wombat. It's going to become a very common regular apparently on this here show. Wow, I haven't been down this way in ages. One of the guys I used to talk to who lived down this way. But he was a bit of a tosser actually. I don't know why I talked to him. He was like your typical high school bully. More of those French provincial eyesores, man. Oh, I know where I is right now. I should be turning right here to continue my way around this here sector. That's for sure. Bumped myself on the old roundabout there. I can't say I've done that yet on the bike. Oh, they finally closed this road off now. That's annoying. This place used to be open, but they've closed it again. I'm so over the roadworks in this goddamn area, man. They've been going on for ages. I don't think they're destined to finish for like another bloody few years or something at this rate. So, I'm so done with it. So done with it. That's okay. This part here, she's open. All right, we can get out of this place and go back down through that other area. In fact, I'm going to, because I'm just curious to see. Oh, that's right, they upgraded this car park and such. I might have made a mistake coming this far into this zone because it's going to be very busy at this hour. Fortunately for your boy, I have a motorbike, which means I don't need to abide by the laws of car nature, because I can just go around everything in beautiful fashion, and I will. And it's going to be fantastic, because God have mercy waiting in here. And like, look at this. We're not even speeding, mate. We're just flying past cars. Obviously, around the crossing I'm going to. What the hell are people... What's he raging about, brother? The car was moving and you weren't there yet, so shut up your mouth. Oh boy, what am I doing in this here facility? I could be at home playing Helldivers right now, spreading sweet liberty and democracy across the super Earth universe, you know what I mean? I'm just going to go past you, sir, because you're annoying me. And you, sir. I'm going to go past you. And just like that, I can now breathe again. But ladies and gents, I tell you what, don't be a spec sheet warrior when it comes to motorcycles, alright? All bikes are good and some of them are more exciting than they have any right to be, and if you keep going for the biggest number in the packet, you're going to miss out on some really exciting motorbikes just purely because you're not willing to try something out, you know what I mean? Don't be afraid to try a bike just because it makes a little less power than some of the other ones. Because I can assure you, if you take out a ZX4RR, you are not going to be a sad man or woman. You're going to have the time of your life on one of those things. Like how I said, one of my favourite bikes of all time, CBR 250 RRs. The old inline 4 ones, not the single cylinder ones, because they're terrible. I'd still love it, don't get me wrong, but in comparison, oh mate, the CBR 4 bangers, no, they can't be beaten. But I tell you what, it was nice to get out and go for a ride. My legs are stinging from how cold they are. Doesn't look that cold. It was not that cold earlier today, but it's definitely cooled down, and I'm not really a fan, that's for sure. But, ladies and gents, that will be a wrap for today's video. I do hope you've enjoyed everything, so leave me a comment down below, subscribe for more content, and as always, take it easy, keep it cheesy. You know I love you, but it's time to leave you, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Peace. Bye.